Let's go over the top 10 centers to target in your Yahoo Roto drafts coming up next on Beat the Odds. Don't go anywhere. Hello sports fans and welcome back to another episode of Beat the Odds. I've got my top 10 centers to draft in Roto Leagues. Now if you like the sound of that, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so that way you don't miss an episode. I will be posting valuable fantasy basketball content all season long. Do you have a burning fantasy basketball question that you want an expert to answer? Ask me on Q. Go to askmeonq.com/beattheodds-NBA, submit your question, and I will give you a personal audio response right to your email. You can even send me screenshots of your team so that way I can use that in my review. It's super easy to do and it's a great way to get fantasy basketball advice while also supporting this channel. Now let's dive right into the list here. At number 10 we have Brook Lopez. Lopez is a fringe top 10 center in most league formats and he squeezes into the top 10 in Roto Leagues. His combination of three-pointers and blocks make him a valuable add, and he's not going to hurt you at the line like most centers will. His lack of scoring and rebounding is going to need to be addressed by drafting accordingly. Now, Lopez's age is a factor, but I don't expect him to regress too much coming into this season. Let's go to number 9. We have Miles Turner. Now, I tend to forget how many seasons that Turner plays in any time that I make a pre-draft kit. Now, this is actually going to be his 10th year in the bigs. Last season was a bit of an odd one for the defensive stalwart as he averaged just 27 minutes per night, which was his lowest since his rookie year. Now hopefully that trend doesn't continue into this season as we would like to see him on the court collecting threes in blocks in bunches. Let's go to number 8. We have DeAndre Ayton. Ayton, who's another player that you may not see on a top 10 list in a different format, actually plays really well in many roto builds. His highly efficient ways will certainly be attractive to fantasy managers looking to manage field goal percentages and free throw percentages. The Trailblazers are young and Ayton may see his time reduce as the season goes on if the team gets off to a slow start. But when he is on the floor, he's a nightly double-double threat. Let's go to number 7. We have Jared Allen. Now, Allen anchors a strong defensive squad and will return to his highly efficient double-double ways this season. Having Evan Mobley on the floor does create a little spacing issues, but I'm hoping that Mobley attempts to stretch the floor a little bit more this season to give Allen a little more space to finish on his pick and rolls. Allen does make a great second center to pick up on a fantasy basketball squad. Let's go to number 6. We have Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis lines up as a solid pick in Roto Leagues as you're going to be happy with the lines that he can provide once he returns to the court. He's one of a handful of players on this top 10 list that will challenge 2 blocks per game while being unstoppable from outside the arc. What sets him apart from a few of his league mates is that he's going to be a bigger part of the offense in Boston, and he's also going to offer stronger percentages as well. Let's go to number 5. We have Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis will likely be drafted in the second round because of his ability to post triple-doubles, which is a huge bonus in Roto Leagues. His value is tempered by his awful free throw percentages, though, and his high turnover rates, but we're going to need to add the incumbent DeMar DeRozan as someone who's likely going to depress Sabonis' stat lines going into this upcoming season as well. I would not advise reaching into the top 15 picks to select Sabonis this season. Moving on to number 4, we have Anthony Davis. Now, I would draft AD in the first round, bar none. He will be a great player to build your fantasy basketball roster around as he will be a strength in almost every single category except three-point shots. There's no shortage of three-point specialists that you can pick up later in drafts, though. So my hot take is if Davis logs another healthy season and LeBron happens to miss some time, then AD has a shot at being the best center in Roto formats. Let's go to number 3. We have Joel Embiid. Now, I've been pretty harsh on my opinions of Embiid going into the season, but it's mainly due to his health. If he happens to post 60 games this season, then he is deserving of at least a top 3 spot on this list. His elite skill is his scoring, and although I don't expect him to approach 35 points per game this season with Paul George in tow, his free throw percentages will set him apart from any other center on this list, as he's going to be hitting 88% on 11.6 attempts per game like he did last year. Let's go to number 2. We have Victor Wembanyama. Now, Wembanyama has been the top pick in many of the drafts that I've been a part of, no matter the league format. It's hard to pass up on a player that should be a lock for 5 stocks per game. which would lead the league by a wide margin. Now, I do believe his field goal percentage is going to improve in his second season. I just can't simply spend a #1 pick in the draft on a center with a field goal percentage south of 47%. I might pull that trigger in points leagues, but not in Roto. And finally, at #1, we have Nikola Jokic. He's my consensus #1 pick in pretty much every format. Jokic is the only top-tier center that doesn't carry much injury risk. This is his 10th season in the Bigs, and he has played in at least 69 games in every single one. He has had a field goal percentage north of 55% for 4 straight seasons, and he's never finished a year with a free throw percentage less than 80%. So Jokic has consistency, durability, talent, and usage all on his side. Go for the safe pick if you've got the #1 spot. And that's going to do it here for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'm going to sign off for now, but I will catch you guys on the next episode.